Hi, and welcome to Davis Sports Report, where we are continuing our coverage of the Paris Olympics. Today, we will discuss the last day of women's gymnastics at the Paris Olympics, where Simone Biles had an opportunity to tie Vera Kavslaska for the most Olympic golds, but she would have to win both competitions, the balance beam and floor exercise. Simone has been superb at both of these events thus far, so our hopes were high. Let's look at the balance beam first. Let's start with the gymnast that walked away with the gold medal, Alice Diamanto from Italy, who also has a twin that competes in gymnastics, but she is out with an injury. Alice had a difficulty level of 5.8, an execution of 8.566, no penalty, for a total score of 14.366. She had a couple of small wobbles, but mostly a safe and clean routine, which is what it took today to win the gold, as 4 of the 8 gymnasts competing today fell off the beam. Next, taking home the silver was Zhu Yuquan from the People's Republic of China. Zhu had a difficulty level of 6.6, an execution of 7.5, no penalty, for a total of 14.10. Zhu had a few wobbles and at one point had to grab the beam. She was one of the favorite for today's balance beam event, and I can see why. She had beautiful jumps on the beam, great flips, and a flawless dismount. And taking home the bronze is Manila Esposito, also from Italy. Manila had such a beautiful mount onto the beam. She too had some wobbles, but was able to keep it on the beam. She had a wonderful dismount and a solid performance. Manila had a difficulty level of 5.8, an execution of 8.2, no penalties, for a total score of 14.0. Coming in fourth, and she did not medal, but we have been watching her closely during the Olympics, and probably the biggest surprise of the day was that Rebecca Andrade, despite staying on the beam, did not make it to the podium. She had a difficulty level of 5.7, an execution of 8.233, no penalties, for a score of 13.933, just barely missing the bronze medal. I will say this. It seemed like the nerves were high as Andrade was the last one on the beam and had seen almost everyone before her have difficulty today. I'm not an analyst and I don't talk gymnast lingo, so forgive me for my layman's terms. But one thing I did notice was that Andrade, that I've come to know over the last few days, hits those jumps better than possibly anyone I've seen in these Olympics. And I noticed she did not hit them today with the same vigor, as she was likely trying to make sure she made it through the routine without falling off the beam. And coming in fifth was Simone Biles, who performed just prior to Andrade, and she had an unfortunate fall from the beam, costing her points and likely the gold. Simone had a difficulty level of 6.2, an execution of 7.2, a penalty of -0.3, for a total score of 13.10, and we know this score is a clear result of the fall, as Simone has scored 14.36 on the beams during the team competitions. Tied for fifth was Sunisa Lee, who had a terrible fall from the beam early in her routine, and we are so glad that she wasn't injured and was able to finish. Suni had a difficulty level of 6.2, an execution of 6.9, no penalty, for a total score of 13.10. This was Suni's last event at the Olympics, so we want to say we love you, Suni. You have rocked it at the Paris Olympics with so much grace and beauty in your routines, and you've made us proud. We are looking forward to seeing you in competitions leading up to and including the 2028 Olympics. You have gained new fans over here on Davis Sports Report. Job well done. Now we will look at floor exercise, which is one of Simone's specialties. Neither Rebecca or Simone made it to the podium earlier on the balance beam, so the expectations is that they would both battle hard for the last gold of the games. We will start with Rebecca Andrade from Brazil, as she took home the gold. And boy, did she make up for those jumps I mentioned earlier. She was astonishing with flip passes and a beautiful dance routine. Andrade had a difficulty level of 5.9, an execution of 8.266, no penalties, for a total score of 14.166. Andrade was very careful not to step out of bounds this time around, and she had an amazing routine. As much as I wanted to see Simone win this one, I was also happy to see it go to Rebecca, winning her first gold on floor exercise and now having a total of 6 Olympic medals, making her the athlete with the most Olympic medals in Brazil. Congratulations, Rebecca. It is a job well done. The Davis Sports Report thoroughly enjoyed watching you compete, and we look forward to seeing you more on the next go-around. Next, bringing home the silver was Simone Biles, who stepped out of bounds twice. That caused her deductions. This was basically the reverse scenario of what happened in the team's finals to Rebecca when she stepped out of bounds once. Biles had a difficulty level of 6.9. This is a very high difficulty. An execution of 7.833, a penalty of -0.6, which cost her the gold, for a total score of 14.133. And last, we look at Jordan Childs, who refers to herself as that girl. in her very first individual Olympic competition, and she was that girl and brought home the bronze. Jordan had a couple of bad landings but stayed in bound. Jordan had a difficulty level of 5.9, an execution of 7.866, no penalty, for a total score of 13.766. There was an inquiry into the scores for either Ana Barbosu or Sabrina Meneka-Vinoy, both from Romania, who were tied for third at a score of 13.7 while Childs was competing, and it was determined that that score would be unchanged. After Childs competed, her original score was 13.666, which means she would not have medaled, but another inquiry was requested, this time for Jordan. And after reviewing, her start value was modified, pushing her score up by 0.1 points, flooding Jordan with emotions and shocking the crowd. How crazy was the last day of gymnastics? For Jordan, I absolutely loved watching how much she has fun while competing and how brilliant she is with her moves. I'm going to be looking for Jordan in the next Beyonce video. We can't wait to see what you have for us next. As the ladies were getting their medals, Simone and Jordan paid homage to Rebecca by bowing. It was a very cute moment, and I can tell these ladies have so much love and respect for each other. What an ending to an exciting round of competitions. My honorable mention on floor exercise is 17-year-old Sabrina Meneka-Vinoy from Romania. She was absolutely stunning, and my eyes will be peeled for her in 2028. Now, as I stated in my previous piece titled Simone Tied for Second, Simone is currently tied for the second most Olympic golds in women's gymnastics, and we were hopeful that she would have a clean sweep to be at the top of the list, tying for the most Olympic golds. Simone is currently 27 years old and will be 31 by the time of the 2028 Olympics. While competing at this age isn't the norm, it has been done. Russian gymnast Oksana Chusovian won a silver in 2008 Beijing Olympics at the age of 33. So it can be done, and if anyone can do it again, it would be our beloved, the GOAT, Simone Biles. So Simone, if you're listening, let's give it one more go, girlfriend. I'll be saving my coins to make it to Los Angeles to meet you there. Again, this was the last day of gymnastics for the Paris Olympics, and I've had so much fun watching. Thank all the ladies for their hard work. It has truly been entertaining. I am usually a person that only watches gymnastics during the Olympics, but these ladies have turned me into a true fan of the sport. Congratulations to Team USA for taking home the most women's gymnastics golds, and thank you for coming to our channel to share in the experience. Please leave your comments below on how you enjoyed watching, how you felt about the outcome, and anything else you'd like to share. Oh, and do you think Simone can come back at the age of 31 and win enough golds to put her over the top? Thank you again for watching. We hope you have subscribed, and we will see you back here on Davis Sports Report real soon. Have a good one.